What does T-Mobile get out of this beyond the obvious and more customers, markets that might be a little smaller?
Vani, thanks so much for having me first. To your question, and it's a good one, the telecom business is a hard business to be in right now. It's a very saturated market. Virtually everybody has wireless service. And so M&A is one of the few places for growth for this entire industry. Otherwise, it's just AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile going head to head for what little of the market is still out there to grab. The US Cellular assets offer T-Mobile a very specific inroad into these smaller markets, smaller, more suburban and rural communities that it doesn't have access to otherwise. So there's that, as well as the stores, which, you can't discount these brick and mortar store operations that it's getting as part of the deal. And then lastly are the Spectrum airwaves. I mean, T-Mobile already enjoys an advantage because it has this 5G airwaves lead that the other two big players, Verizon and AT&T, don't. And in that way, they've been able to break into that rural community market that others haven't been able to. So this builds on that opportunity.
Exactly. So we've all heard about Verizon. We've all talked about AT&T from time to time. US Cellular, not so much. It's not as much of a household name. It doesn't have huge ad campaigns that I know of. Who are these customers?
Yeah, don't be embarrassed if you never heard of US Cellular before this, because honestly, the only big three names in the game right now are AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. I saw some reports that US Cellular is like the fourth largest, but does it hold a candle to the big guys? Probably not. That being said, US Cellular is big for its customers, and its customer base is large. To your question of how do they benefit or how do they lose from this, at least from T-Mobile's perspective and US Cellular's, in a call that they held a little earlier this morning, they're saying it's a win, a big win for customers, not just because they can enjoy improved service from a consolidation of T-Mobile's network alongside US Cellular's, but also affordable pricing. So they're touting those two things as a clear win for the consumer.
Any regulatory challenges here that either company should be worried about?
That's a good question. I mean, these kinds of big telecom deals have drawn scrutiny in the past. Certainly, T-Mobile has been a part of some of those big M&A deals that have drawn some concerns from the FTC before. So for sure, this is going to have to go through a fairly lengthy regulatory approval process, and that's probably why they aren't expecting this deal to close until middle of next year.